Good evening and welcome to this Thursday night edition of Broussard Homestead, another riveting installment. So far in the chat, we have Mind and Body Co., Canadian, All the Things Acres, Built on a Rock Homestead, and Michigan Daffodil. Good to see everybody. Amy's going to be a little late tonight. She's on an important phone call. So I'm going to do my best to entertain you without her. Tropical Storm Harold gave me a half inch of rain, much needed rain, a little wind, but nothing bad. That's great, Kiri. Great to hear that. Canadians feeling guilty. Turn on that fan and send it this way. That would be amazing. Not too much strong wind, though. There's a lot of wildfires in the area. Nunya, Texas, welcome. I did get a nap today. I slept probably 2 or 3 hours this afternoon. Seems like you have a little inside information. So those of you that don't know, I drive a tanker truck now for the city that I work in, and we got called right at, I guess it was around 10:20 last night, right after I laid down to go to sleep. We got called to go bring our tanker truck to a wildfire up in Singer, Louisiana. It was about an hour drive there because the truck is governed, tops out at 55 miles an hour. So it's 51 miles. We mapped it out. We brought it out there, got there, and stood around for about 10 minutes. And then they said, I'm sorry for having you come all this way, which, I mean, that's just a fire service thing. You call for more than you ask for. Nobody's upset about that. But he released us, and then he said, we'll have you back at 7 in the morning. Well, that was after shift change. So the other guys that man the truck that I drive are out there, and they have been all day. I touched base with the other driver just a little while ago, and he said, as far as them, the two of them on that truck, they haven't been super busy today. They have been out there all day. They said that they were at one point, they were given the assignment of they went out and stood by near a home to try to help protect it from the wildfire, and he said the fire never did threaten where they were, so that's good news. He said at one point they went out and they were given another assignment to go and attempt to control a certain area of the fire, but it got away from them, and there was nothing they could do. They had to back out of that. But from what I understand, there are a lot of agencies from other states, other areas that are being called in to help with the efforts of fighting that fire. And now today on the news and on Facebook, we're learning of some other fires that have sparked up in the southwest to central Louisiana area. And it's just, this is something that we're not accustomed to. This is new to us. In fact, during the week, hey, Miss Patty, good to see you, the tinkerer's wife. Earlier in the week, we had a red flag warning, which was something that we were not accustomed to. I think Amy reached out to Michigan Daffodil to find out what that meant. And so we got an insight. It was probably, to be fair, it was probably on the local news, like an explanation of what red flag warnings are. But we're not big fans of network media anymore, so we don't really follow that too closely. We probably missed it. So how has your week been? Kiri says, I was able to burn trash in my burn barrel yesterday. Can't believe how many paper plates. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I guess you probably can't wash dishes, I guess, with your wrist. Um, we are under Louisiana is under a statewide burn ban, and we have been, I want to say, for roughly a month, working, paying taxes. Those rich men north of Richmond try to take it all, don't they? Scruffy Transportation. Where in the world is Scruffy Transportation? I remembered to say it this time. Welcome to the summer fire season. We have, oh, I'm sorry. I meant to read Scruffy's first. Good evening, Broussards. Reporting from Glendale, Kentucky, 827 miles from your doorstep. Praying for everyone involved with the fires. Well, thank you very much. Scruffy Transportation is also a fire veteran. Welcome to the summer fire season. We have a fire in Salem, south of me. They evacuated over 600 people, and it's been over 25 years. What's been over 25 years? I'm a little confused how that fits into your comment. I want to be clear on it. Joe is here. I just read a friend's Facebook post. A small tornado went through near DeQuincy about an hour ago. Oh my goodness! I need to check on Southern Boy Prepper. They're in DeQuincy. Ready to go camping. Awesome, Dawn. Enjoy that. It's going to be a little while before the weather here is camping friendly, but I'm looking forward to it. Barb, hello. The air is smoky in southwest Louisiana. Yes. In fact, yesterday we were inundated by calls for smoke in the area. People very concerned, but it was smoke from the wildfires just lingering, and it's terrible. Oh, I read it wrong. It's hours. That's what I get for trying to read too fast. Okay. 25 hours. Up here, it's mostly arson. I doubt, I don't know for sure. And this is not a professional opinion, but I doubt that the wildfires in our area, I doubt any of those are intentional arson. But things are just so dry and hot. Just the conditions are right. Any kind of random spark, cigarette butt, those things are very dangerous right now. There are, I have been seeing there's a lot of voluntary and mandatory evacuations around the wildfires that are in our area over the past few days. The big one around Singer, Louisiana, has been burning for at least 3 days. I did hear about that, Canadian. I did hear about that. And the rest, yeah, there's probably a lot of people that either don't practice fire safety or are just negligent, don't care, and it's unfortunate. Amy and I are both tobacco smokers, and we have been extra careful with our cigarettes lately. We've always, well, not always, but for many years, we have always. I say we police our butts like shooters police their brass. We like to make sure that our butts are snuffed out and put in trash. Make sure that they're out, of course, or into an ashtray or something like that. We don't like to just throw them randomly around. Back in 2016, maybe the state had to take over to fight a massive wildfire. Idiot campers started a barbecue on the ground near dead tall grass. Took weeks to put it out. Oh my goodness. 3 months, over 3 months, no smoking. Congratulations. I know that was probably tough in the beginning, but it's probably not near as bad now, I'd imagine. That's great news. Good job. Well, if we could switch gears just a little bit here, we have done some update. Hey, Grammy Karen, good to see you. We have done some updates to our Etsy storefront. Um, the Beausoleil, which is our all-purpose seasoning, we were selling. Okay, we changed our formula a little bit. We used to have 3.5 ounces of seasoning in this container for $7. Now, because we've adjusted our formula, and I think we've improved it. It tastes a whole lot better than it did. I think it was just not quite where it needed to be before. We have 5.5 ounces in here now, and it's only for $5. So if you're interested in giving this a try, it's much more affordable now in our Etsy store. I know Mind and Body Co. is going to put a link to our Etsy storefront here in the chat. I also I changed the label a little bit, added some blue, made it pretty. And in the cloud there, it says no MSG because we never want to put artificial ingredients into our seasonings. Surviving in Alabama. You came late, but you're here on time in my book. I'm glad to see you. So that I have not updated our Square site yet, so don't shop there yet, or you'll overpay. I'll get to that one too. Joe, who likes to visit us here in the chat, I think he's here. Saw him up there. Joe is working on a whole new logo for us. And we hope to get that going here shortly. We have some things in the works. I'm just going to say that. Miss Lippy, good to see you. Mary Beth Smith, welcome. Miss Lippy says, what have I missed? We were talking about the wildfire situations. Are you threatened by wildfires up in North Louisiana, Miss Lippy? We are not. Our homestead is not threatened immediately. The wildfires are a good probably 60 miles from our homestead. However, the risk is there. All of our lawn is dying. Not that I really care about lawn anyway, but I like things to be pretty, and everything is yellow and brown and shades of yuck right now. And it's awful. The gardens are suffering. The moringa is loving it because the moringa is from desert style or desert type climate. So it's really enjoying this temperature or this weather that we're having. Grass is dead, but the watering goes to our fruit and trees and berries. Of course, yeah. Bought fruit and nut bars last Sunday. Front of box says no high fructose corn syrup. First item on ingredient list is corn syrup. Well, that's wording. There's no high fructose corn syrup, but there's corn syrup. It's just the way they play with words. They get around stuff. Cam Patton, Family Compound. Good to see you, Gil. Lurking while I multitask. I'm not as good at multitasking as I used to be. A lawn sprinkler. Oh, Amy has my phone. I don't know. Somebody just made an order. Awesome. Thank you, whoever that was. Amy was on a phone call, and I think she's done now. But she'll be here in just a second. That's why our lawns look like what our lawns look like every summer here. We've had maybe a half inch of rain since the first week of May. Bone dry. That sounds about like ours. Oh, of course it's Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. We appreciate that. The Bayou Homestead. I hear thunder in Ordway Cove. I was hearing some distant thunder too. We're not far from Ordway Cove. Excuse me. Um, by the way, the Bayou Homestead, if you are who I think you are, that's Bubba, right? Bubba and Wendy. Huga Homestead. Good to see you. um, I need to get with you, Bubba. See if you want some rabbits. We've got a thing that we're looking into that's going to, and if we do this, it's probably going to take a good bit of time and effort to get it going, and we're going to want to kind of tighten things up around the homestead, and maybe eliminate a few of the projects or the happenings that aren't really all that productive. And for us, one of those things is the rabbits. We're probably going to let go of our rabbits and then get back into those a little later. Single digit December we had last year killed moringa. Oh man. Ours was struggling bad. It died down to the dirt line, and it ended up coming back. So, and it's I just went out and checked on the moringa. It's probably about 4 foot tall. Oh, you gave it some water?
I've been watering it. Sorry, I'm sweating.
I need it. When you come this way, I need my phone, please. I need to see what Dawn made an order.
Oh.
I changed up some things on the Etsy storefront while you were on the phone, and I just announced that.
I'm not fit at all.
Let's see what Dawn ordered. All right. Cool deal. I'll see about packing that up and shipping it out to you tomorrow. Building a levee in a spot that I want to keep rainwater in a field instead of flowing downhill onto a rocky area. Notice green grass by the levee even though it doesn't get watered. That's a good idea. Levees are a common thing here in Southwest Louisiana. We are very, very, very flat, uninteresting topography. So, I just got another a notification for another mandatory evacuation for an area of Beauregard Parish. My goodness. Prayers for all those involved, for sure.
Working on that sweater.
I know. You're good. You're good. She's got to feed Chloe the Chihuahua.
Well, I'm just going to put her food. And she'll just...
Carol Massey, hello and welcome. I can't seem to hydrate enough. I'm so thirsty.
And you used that Squinchers thing earlier.
I did. Are you familiar with Squinchers brand? It's kind of like a Gatorade, but I find it to work even better. We have some ice pops, Squinchers ice pops, and I had one of those a little while ago, and it helped a lot. But I'm still thirsty. Dawn says, "Amen." Ben's over acres. Hello and welcome. Okay, Canadian. Sure. Ever tried liquid IV? I've seen that one. I haven't tried it yet.
That's the one they have at Walmart.
Yeah, I've seen it. But squincher, the squincher stuff is what we use. We have that on the fire trucks, and that's where I learned about it, and it seems to work really well for hydration. Add cucumbers to your water. It will quench and liquid IV is what Bud does. Oh, okay. So Abby is at work. Abby, if you haven't heard, Abby started work at a local hospital as a phlebotomist, and she's loving it. This is her third week, and she's also going. She's attending community college and studying more. It's just nursing, right? Is what she's doing.
She's getting an associate RN degree.
She's going to earn her associate RN degree. Wanda, Louisiana style. Welcome. Good to see you. Let me see if I can pull up a squincher thing real quick so I can put it on screen and show you.
Surely you talked about the fires.
I did, yeah.
Just ignore that.
Well, she said to show me, so.
Oh. Who is it?
Lippy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Let me share this screen. Oh.
I thought that's what it was.
I'm going to share this. Give me a second.
Lippy's yard looks so funny. It's all dead with little green rings where she's been walking her trees.
So this is, oh yeah, this is the squincher stuff. It's like it. You can buy it. That's ice pops there at the beginning, I believe. And this is just something random. I'm not going to share this link, but it's SQWINCHER, squincher. Just so you could get the spelling if you want to look it up yourself. There's the 1 gallon stuff is a powder. It's a drink mix, like Gatorade. Anywho.
So you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Oh, Miss Patty shared a website. Thank you for that. Can't drink Gatorade. Food coloring gives me canker sores. No way. That stinks.
Okay. I'm really trying, you know.
Let's see.
I didn't expect to be on the phone that long.
Amy had my phone, so I'm looking real quick to see if I missed anything important.
Sorry.
Numerous evacuations in Vernon Parish. Town of Maryville evacuation. Mandatory.
Oh, Maryville is a big area.
More Vernon. Yeah, a lot of these places are very rural. So you've got, we're talking large amounts of real estate that they're evacuating. Beauregard Parish. Well, the wildfire in Singer is now named Tiger Island Fire.
Oh, Henry's talking about his temperatures, 77 degrees. Look, it was 108 is what it was reading on the thermometer. And I was sitting down watching TV because Brett was taking a nap because he had a really rough night with the whole fire thing. And
I didn't really do anything. I just missed sleep. It's not like, I don't need pity or anything.
No, but he was kind of recuperating from not sleeping enough. And I started hearing water drops hitting the roof and the window unit. I was so excited. It rained for a whole 3 to 4 minutes, maybe.
Hi, Tina.
but the temperature went from 108 to 100 that fast. I was so excited, but now it's like steamy. It's gross.
It's ironic that we would be thankful for 100 degrees.
Right. I didn't expect to be on the phone that long.
It's okay. Did you get it worked out? No.
Well, I don't know if you talked about.
No, I didn't talk about why you were on the phone at all.
We're having trouble with one of our solar batteries. It's working, but it's not responding. It's not loading into the system like it's supposed to. So I had to call the in-phase
communication error.
It is.
Yeah.
I called the in-phase support customer support system, which was fantastic, by the way. I've been on the phone for the last 2 hours, and while he was doing whatever computer stuff he was doing, in between like asking questions and things like that, we were just chatting it up about homesteading and prepping and gardening and all kinds of stuff.
I was surprised. He's in Idaho, but he's from, what do you say, Portland? Well, I should have known he's in Idaho and moved to Idaho, I guess. Should have known that he'd be interested in.
He said he grew up in Idaho.
Oh, anyway. Idaho is where everybody escapes to, right, Gil?
That's what Libby sent.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Who is that? Who is what?
Oh, the guy I was talking to on the phone is he was from our in-phase customer support for our solar batteries. And great. Absolutely fantastic customer service.
Oh, that's good news, Joe. Rain, not lightning. Rain. Because lightning causes fires.
Wait, Lawrence says it cooled off big time at his house north of Jennings. Lawrence lives north of Jennings?
I didn't. That never came up in conversation. I didn't even know Lawrence didn't live with you anymore.
Boys are moving out. What are we going to do?
I know, right?
It means we're getting old. But yeah, I was on the phone for over 2 hours. I had Brett's phone with customer support on the line there, and my phone was connected to the app for the solar system and giving him information that I could pull up and find. And he's doing a manual reboot, so the system will be kind of wonky for the next 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
But he said if it's not up and running in the morning, then I need to call Green Light and have the technician out. Okay. He does, but he stays with his fiance. Oh, okay. So he hasn't flown the coop all the way yet.
I didn't even know the girlfriend became a fiance. That's news to me too.
No, I knew that. We knew that.
Well, regardless, congratulations, Lawrence. Tina says, so hot the local ag co-op had an anhydrous ammonia tank explode and damage 3 other tanks. That's some bad stuff. Goodness.
Today it cooled off to 100. Yeah. We're under all these heat warnings and
extreme heat, extreme drought.
Excessive heat.
Is that worse or better than?
That's worse than the extreme, I think.
Okay, because it's like drink sizes, you know.
I know.
Large, jumbo, ginormous, whatever they.
Yeah.
Big, bigger, biggest. Just go with that.
But then we had this red flag warning, which I had to reach out to people in wildfire areas and figure out what that even meant, because I got a red flag warning for our area, and nobody around here explained what it was. They just put out a warning.
Well, that's what I was saying a little while ago.
No explanation.
They may have explained it on network television, and we just missed that because.
No, I looked it up on KPLC. I looked for it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless they hid it somewhere in another. I didn't watch all of the stuff they put out because.
Consistent rain all summer in South Jersey. Need to mow grass twice a week, or it looks like a hayfield. All the potatoes are on the way to Frito-Lay. Oh, good. That's great news.
Well, one good thing is the rice crops around here did pretty well, even considering the drought, because most of the farmers pump the water into the fields to flood them. The good thing is when they were harvesting, there's no rain to stop the harvest, to interrupt the harvest.
Right.
So they were able to harvest with no interruptions. And a lot of the farmers are voluntarily plowing the fields under after their harvest is done to keep them from catching fire because it's just that dry.
We've mowed very little this year too, Tina. We have saved a ton in mower fuel.
Oh yeah.
This year.
Oh, it's not like 2 times all year, but yeah, it is a blessing. But God, we need some rain. Some rain would be great. Reagan told me they have a wildfire near them. Yes, yes. It is about 30 miles. I think it's about 30 miles north of. No,
Is it that far?
I don't know. Reagan's about a half hour from us, and DeRitter is about an hour from us.
Let's look at it. Let's look at a map. Let's see what we're talking about here.
Can you pull up the fire map on that one?
Let me see.
Yep. That's the NASA one.
Is that the one?
That's the air. That's the air now.
I don't want to share my location. Which one?
That's the one you had on your phone. This is the one from NASA, I believe. Yeah, that's the firm's one.
Okay. Give me just a second. I'm going to see if I
Yep,
can.
that's it.
Okay. The place names are not on here, though.
Zoom in.
No. There's no. That's not very helpful. I'm going to share it anyway.
It
so
was
you
on
guys
the
can
other
see
one.
what we're looking at. Should I change to the other one?
That's up to you.
Let me see.
Wait. Libby said we had a can of acetone popped the lid, but he ran it outside in the garage, and the garage has been open all summer. Oh. Okay, wait. So y'all's area in Louisiana prone to drought or fire? No, this is very uncommon. Right now, we are normally in our rainier season. We do have bouts of drought.
Okay, yeah, this one's better.
But this is like way worse than I've ever seen.
I thought it was still loading. I was in the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, I'm going to share this one. Let me do that so you can see what I'm doing and not be like, what are you?
But
Stare
yeah,
at the top of my head.
This like red flag warnings and stuff are not common here. Wildfires, small fires, usually, I wouldn't say they're common, but they're not really uncommon either. I mean, we have a basic amount of them, I guess, but this year is just, they're popping up everywhere.
All right, so let's see. This, I'm going to look and see.
Will you guys be evacuated over the weekend? We will not evacuate. The bad fire that's going on is about 55 miles north of us. We are safe here, but there's some pretty big areas that are evacuating quite a few people.
All right, so if you can see my cursor, this is our area right in here. That's where we live. This is Lake Charles. That's the city. We're our nearest big city. And up here, that's this area. This is where the bad fire is. In the Singer area.
It's right here.
They said you'll have to help me watch the chat.
Yeah.
They said about 160
16,000 acres.
16,000 acres as of last night was affected by this fire. And then today there have been more popping up. There's one here in DeRitter. There's one over here near Evans. There's one over here near Pitkin. Now these little yellow dots, I believe, are just air
Air
quality stuff.
quality. Yeah.
Let me see. Fire detection. I'm not sure with it.
Yeah, we've been at red flag warning for a week or more, and it's crazy. It's
But
really crazy. I've seen it myself.
if you zoom out, you
Like,
can really see how many there are, though.
We're both smokers. Okay, we smoke cigarettes, but we've been extremely careful about putting out cigarette butts, and because like you'll flick a cigarette in the grass and you can see it just starting to smolder. It's crazy how fast it flares up. So we've been really careful. We have a bucket of water by each door, to throw cigarette butts in, and the water puts it out immediately that way. My ear itches. I don't know why.
So you can see from that map, there's a good distance between us and
This is
and the fires.
cropland. No, this is timber. The fire up in near the Singer area. That's the what's it called? Tiger Island fire.
They're calling it Tiger Island Fire. They've given it a name. Because
Well,
it's
they're
an
giving it
event
a
now.
name because there's so many fires popping up. It's hard to keep track of which one's which and whatnot. But the fire up there is dense pine trees.
And what the guy was saying last night was, or no, you were telling me that earlier today.
Yeah,
Normally there's the leaf drop, which helps to keep the ground moist and cool. Well, because it's been so dry and windy, that leaf drop has just been taken away.
well,
So
even though the leaf drop is there, it's so dry there's no moisture left.
it's adding to the issue. And they said the fire just runs right up the trees and burns the top of the trees and just runs across the tops of the trees like that.
And that's why it's jumping
It's
highways.
jumping
and,
highways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night it jumped Highway 27, which prompted more evacuations. This morning they said it jumped back over 110.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they were able to contain that jump. So,
Now I've seen the post going around Facebook about dry potting soil spontaneously combusting. I'm not so sure about that. I've heard of moist
that's not what she
composting
said.
material. No, I know. That's not what Miss Patty said. But I've heard of moist composting materials spontaneously combusting as they compost because they create heat,
Right.
but not dry. It sounds like somebody probably put a cigarette in that potted plant and burned up the porch and didn't tell anybody.
Right.
That's my thoughts on it.
Well, that's what she's saying. Potting mix and mulch can catch fire.
Right.
I've put out more than one from careless smokers.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Scruffy.
the pine needles are huge, like fast fire starter here, and when they're so dry like they are, the sap is extremely concentrated in pine needles and pine cones.
Well,
And
when we were beekeeping, that's what we used as fuel in our smokers was dry
Yeah.
pine needles.
yeah, and that's what they're dealing with is fires in the tops of the trees and the other was it Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday we had some heavier windy conditions due to a tropical system in the Gulf that went into Texas, but we got some of the winds and stuff off of it, and that really helped to fuel that fire and push it as fast as it did. As of this morning, they said it was 85% contained, but I don't know if that number is accurate now because things are changing so fast. I've never seen this many evacuation orders due to fires. That's such a
No, this is totally
rural
new to us.
area that like I think one of the first evacuations they did, it was like 2 or 3 streets, and there was 9 homes. 9. There's just not a lot of people.
Hello, Jeanette says my stepdad said a well blowout started it. I haven't heard that to
Yeah.
say yes or no. I don't know. It makes, I mean,
That's possible.
that's very well
Yeah.
possible.
Now I know they did have some small like little rain showers go up that way. I'm praying that they can just get enough rain, no wind, no extra lightning, none of that. The well blowout was in Evans, is what
Oh, okay.
Adrian.
So that would be a different fire if that's the case. Hello, Nanny Joyce.
My
Oh,
relatives have been mandatory evacuated from Maryville. Oh goodness. Abby's got a coworker that her house is nearby the fires, and she's at work, stuck at work. I don't know if my nerves could take it. Where is that?
this side of those watermelons.
Yep. I love how Ninja Joyce packs things. It always makes it here in one piece. It's just you never know what you're gonna get in a box.
I love
Because
it.
when you open the shipping box, you get a box of galls.
It's like
It's like
Christmas at
Christmas.
Momo's house.
It's like Christmas and then Christmas and then Christmas, and you got to keep opening it
It's like,
to figure out what it is.
You got me a box of Kleenex. No, open it. Open it.
And then inside the box is foam and rubber bands, and this jar, which I cannot get out of the rubber bands. I'm gonna do it.
It's well packed.
It is, and all in one piece. How she does it, I don't know. She's ingenious, I'm telling you, because you should see what the post office does to some of our stuff. But this is purple whole pea jelly.
I'm eager to try it.
I am very interested in trying this. It's beautiful too. I don't know if the camera doesn't really do the color.
Oh no, no,
Justice.
it's pretty. It's much prettier than that. Let me see.
There you go.
Well, that's kind of better, but it's a pretty product.
That's yeah. She's talented on packaging, for sure, for sure. But I'm eager to try it because that seems pretty interesting. I've never heard of purple whole pea jelly. That's a new one to me. But you would think purple whole peas would be purple, but they're not. When you eat them, they're not purple.
What color is red cabbage? Purple. It's fake. They're lying to us. It's a conspiracy.
But like this is a pinkish red color, and it's beautiful. And her jelly sits too. I don't make jelly. I make like ice cream toppings. Yeah, she's definitely talented on packaging. Everything that we've gotten has come in one piece. Like everything she sends. And I have so much trouble sending a jar of anything. I send a jar of elderberry syrup, and they get a box of glass and purple juice.
Yeah. So I want to share something with you. This is
It's what?
shifting gears here. It's the hole that is purple. That's true.
Yeah, the outer
It's like
coating or whatever.
A purple whole pea is actually, it looks like a green black eye pea.
Yeah.
Hey, Christian, good to see you.
Dang, you would need a 1.5 gallons of whole peas to make that bath of jelly. Yeah, I bet so. I bet it takes a lot of purple whole peas. But that is something that grows really well in our area. It likes the heat. But then again, our okra stopped growing. It stopped flowering because it's too hot for okra. That's crazy. It could be too dry too, which okra is drought tolerant.
So Cheyenne, our oldest daughter, you may remember that she likes to sing. And she has a beautiful voice. I'm so proud of her. She sent, or she called today to say that she sent this. And I'm going to, is that the one? Yeah.
Are you playing it?
I'm going to play it.
Yeah,
We're going
to have copyright issues.
We may have copyright issues, but I don't care because I want you to hear this. This is karaoke from Cheyenne. I'm going to go back and make sure you can see this. Okay. You know what? Let me unshare for a second to make sure that I put the volume on, the sound on. Share audio. Yes. That one. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me try this again. Ready?
Nice. I think you found that dream that you could speak to. A dream that I can call my own. I found the thrill to press my cheek to. A thrill that I have never known. Oh, yeah, yeah, you smile. You smile. Oh, and then the spell was cast. And here we are in heaven. For you are
Love it. Love it. So the reason why she sent me that today is that she sent that in. There's a contest here in the area locally. In the next, it's
Couple
not.
weeks.
It's 2 weeks from this Saturday in a town near us called Lake Arthur, Louisiana, and she's going to sing in a competition to what is it? The
Hopefully.
finalists.
Yeah.
The finalists, they have these competitions all over the place, and the finalists get to sing at the Grand Ole Opry stage. And I'm really excited, and I'm
That's
so
pretty cool.
I'm so proud, such dad pride. And she's excited. She's praying about it. We're praying with her about it. She's got a wonderful support group with her the lady that owns the flower shop that she works in and the other ladies that work there too. It's just I'm so excited about her life and her potential.
Nanny Joyce said you had a note describing the jelly wrapped around the jar. I did get the note. I wasn't going to read it out loud though. That's my note. Private message me when the event is.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll get that information from Brett after the live stream and send it to you. But she's doing really well. She really is. And she's so quirky. As a matter of fact, she came Sunday and made homemade bread.
On the fly. She's been doing it every weekend at home at her house, but she wanted to spend some time with us this past weekend, and she didn't have all the ingredients that she needed to bake bread. So we were like, "Hey, you know what? We have a kitchen and we have all the stuff, and we love homemade bread, and we want to see you." And
so good, it is so good. So she made 2 loaves. I think we have about a half a loaf left, give or take a little, which may not make it through the night.
And in case
she's coming on Sunday. She's going to start coming on Sundays, and we are going to make bread together. And she's going to help me get better at making bread. That's the plan anyway. I don't know if it's going to actually follow through.
Hey, Monica.
But we'll see.
So the flour, we just used an all-purpose flour for the bread making, and it was some that we had oven canned, and it's been in jars for a few years, probably 3, I don't know, 2-3 years, and it did
some
everything.
Of the first
it
stuff
made
I did
gluten
when Sean
just
put
fine.
Out that video.
If it's 2 Saturdays, it is September 9th. September 9th. I'll give you all the details, Miss Lippy, but it's September 9th from 4 to 6 p.m. is when the contestants are going to sing. It's an all-day event.
I got sidetracked. You were talking and I couldn't write.
Sorry.
Okay. Somebody said their peppers aren't. I think it was Kiri.
Monica. Something's been eating the peppers? No?
No, somebody
Okay.
said they picked. Yeah, it was Kiri. My hot pepper stopped flowering. Didn't even fill a quart. Ziploc bag with my entire harvest. Ours did not stop.
We've given up on the gardens though.
But they were so it's so hot and so dry. They're literally drying on the plants before um they're fully ripening. And the bugs are getting them, we're getting them, and I just I'm done with it. I can't. It's at 108 degrees outside. I can't be out there for that long picking that many peppers. We've harvested what? Oh God, I don't know how many peppers
a
this
good
year.
bit. It was enough to make it worth it.
We had stink bugs. These big black.
The leaf-footed bugs.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. They stink and they're gross and they fly at your face. We have those all over the place. They're sucking the watermelons dry. Which the watermelons are still hanging from the plant. They're not ripening. They're not going to. It's just it's too dry. And now we're under a water conservation order.
Cajun milk cows. Good to see you.
So we're not going to be watering any of the gardens unless it's maintenance stuff that we need to keep and replant for next year. I'm watering the strawberries, the moringa, and the turmeric plants.
For the Singer area where the bad wildfire is, they put out a notice asking people not to use hoses to
put out fires,
to try to
to try to keep their yard from burning and things like that,
because them using that water is severely putting a damper on the firefighting efforts.
The water pressure is extremely low. They've had some damage to water pipes and things like that in the area due to the fires. So they're having to shut off parts of the areas and stuff to keep the water pressure up. But I just got a notice from Reagan that
Reagan is Southern Boy Prepper, in case you don't know.
Yeah. He said that Maryville Police Department and Housing Authority is on fire. That's news that he's hearing. It may not be quite accurate. I'm not sure yet. I don't have anything to verify that, but I mean, Reagan normally doesn't put out anything that's just crazy.
Keep Oregon in your prayers.
I was just reading that. IP3.
Wait. So they're considering,
which would include farm
they're
animals
including harvesting meat to be animal abuse? Good Lord.
Wow.
That's that push. You will eat the bugs.
Well, yeah, Scrofy said the police department is on the main drag in Maryville. I don't know how accurate that information is. I haven't heard it anywhere except from him, but he usually doesn't put out any oddball information.
Well, Patty, from what I understand, Portland is the sludge on the bottom of the septic tank.
Wow. Well, keep the entire state of Louisiana in your prayers. The heat is brutal. The drought is brutal. The fires are just absolutely crazy. And when saying a prayer, keep in mind the firemen and police officers, state police, wildlife and fisheries, all these departments that are coming together and working on these emergency situations. It's hot. And with a fire of that size, it's got to be brutal.
And don't forget to keep the families of the first responders in your prayers too, because without the support of our families, we're not near as strong. We're nothing.
And when you get a text message at 11 o'clock at night that your husband is going to a huge, massive wildfire, you really don't sleep much. But it's great,
And then
great friends that I'm able to reach out and say, hey, can you just, say a prayer? And, she's always there to help me calm my nerves and relax. So Michigan Daffodil has been freaking amazing. I messaged her right after you messaged me, and I was like, okay, you're probably sleeping, but just need some prayer. And she answered. So she's a night owl like me, apparently, some nights.
Have a great night and a great week, Miss Patty. We're coming up on our hour mark. We're gonna have to get going too. But we're gonna do what we must this week.
I'm writing down prayer requests if anybody's got anything that they want to add. But how's your knee, Miss Lippy, before you go? I have been chatting with Reagan today.
Southern Boy Prepper.
Yep. And they are safe. They are not in the line of the fires, but I think he's going to be putting out a video pretty soon. I know they were getting quite a bit of that thick smoke. We're getting it's smoky here, so I know it's got to be thicker up their direction, because they're straight south of it, I believe. Woke up and looked at my phone because I woke up being hot. It lets me know it's still alive.
Oh.
A root canal? My goodness, Lippy.
You also pump water from lakes for firefighting. Yes, we have that capability.
Mm-hmm. Right now, they have planes that are like into the lakes and scooping up water. There's some Blackhawk helicopters that have come in, and they're picking up water in these big baskets and stuff that hold like 500 to 700 pounds of water, and or gallons, 500 to 700 gallons of water. Sorry. And there's all kinds of stuff. I know they were pulling from some of the ponds and stuff for the firefighting, because the water pressure in that area is really low or non-existent. So
before we go, Reagan just posted a this is not Reagan. He reshared this, but hang on.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it. Bear with me. I'm gonna get it to where you can see it.
Wait. Carrie and Monica. I'm just writing down names, and then I'll go back to the chat and write my little notes on the side of what it's for. So when I do my prayers in the evening and in the morning, I kind of have an idea of what I'm going for.
Reagan just shared this on Facebook. So I don't know who it is. It's not Reagan though. I don't think.
No, it's not Reagan, and it's not their house.
Oh, it's so hot.
Good Lord.
That's my fucking sister's house.
Oh,
Let's see if it makes it or not. I might not make it. Oh. Come on, chicken!
Trying to call it chicken.
Don't look like the truck's gonna make it. I don't think the house is gonna make it neither. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine? Oh.
Wow.
That's probably the Singer fire. It's just traveling that fast. Does it say where it is?
No, it didn't say.
No. I feel for these families that, they don't know if, like Abby's coworker is at work and her home is within that fire area. She doesn't know, she or he, I don't know, but they don't know if they're going to leave work and have somewhere to go home to. It's, and I mean, we've dealt with some of that, like with the hurricanes and stuff, but we have a little bit more advanced notice. I mean, they were given minutes. Grab what you can, get in your car, and get out of here.
Yeah. I hate to leave on such a sour note. We're definitely going to be praying for the people involved, but we got to get going. It's a little over an hour, so
yeah. Please keep these people in your prayers. They are losing everything that they have.
Things are getting tough, guys. We pray for you, and we know you pray for us. It's just a whole chain. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
We love you, and we'll see you next week on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. Next week is
So
Wednesday.
until then, good night.
Is it?
And God bless.
It'll be on my birthday next week.
Hot dog.
Yay!
Bye, you guys.
See you next week, guys.